Welcome to this week's episode of Games and Names. Tonight, we delve into the world of powerlifting, exploring its rich history, intricate rules, prominent international championships, the storied journey of the Egyptian national team within the sport, and the notable Egyptian champions who have left an indelible mark. Powerlifting, a discipline that tests one's strength and determination, traces its roots back to ancient times, where feats of strength were celebrated. Over the years, it has evolved into a highly organized sport with defined rules and weight classes. Athletes showcase their prowess through the Big Three lifts: squat, bench press, and deadlift. On the international stage, events like the World Powerlifting Championships and the IPF World Championships serve as battlegrounds for powerlifters to demonstrate their skills and claim glory for their nations. Powerlifting is a competitive strength sport involving the squat, bench press, and deadlift. Originating in the 1950s to showcase pure strength, it has gained global popularity with championships at various levels. The IPF World Championships is the top competition where athletes compete for world titles in their weight classes. Powerlifting focuses on maximal strength, while weightlifting emphasizes technical proficiency and explosive power with lifts like snatch and clean and jerk. Powerlifting is a strength-based sport that focuses on three primary lifts: the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift, with the aim of lifting the maximum possible weight in each movement. The total score for an athlete is the sum of their best successful attempt in each lift. It is distinct from Olympic weightlifting, which features the snatch and the clean and jerk, and instead emphasizes raw maximal strength over explosive speed. The origins of powerlifting can be traced back to the mid-20th century in the United States and the United Kingdom, where strength competitions began to emerge that featured a variety of lifts from the bench press to odd lifts such as the curl or the overhead press. Over time, the sport became standardized into the three lifts we know today by the 1960s, with the first official World Championships organized in 1971 by the International Powerlifting Federation, IPF, which is still the leading governing body for the sport globally. The rules of powerlifting are designed to ensure fairness and consistency. Each competition is divided into weight classes and age categories, with lifters given 3 attempts at each lift. The squat must begin with the barbell resting on the lifter's shoulders and end with the lifter standing upright with knees locked after descending until the hip crease is below the top of the knee. The bench press begins with the lifter lying on their back with the bar lowered to the chest, paused, and then pressed upward until the arms are fully extended while maintaining contact with the bench and keeping feet flat on the floor. The deadlift starts with the barbell on the ground and ends with the lifter standing fully upright with knees and hips locked. Throughout all lifts, judges watch for proper form and adherence to the rules, with red or white lights indicating failed or successful attempts, respectively. There are equipped divisions where athletes may use supportive gear such as squat suits and bench shirts, and raw or classic divisions where equipment is limited to belts, wrist wraps, and knee sleeves. Major championships in powerlifting include the IPF World Powerlifting Championships, which is considered the most prestigious and attracts the top lifters from around the globe, the Arnold Sports Festival, which hosts elite powerlifting competitions alongside other strength sports, and regional events such as the European Powerlifting Championships, Asian Powerlifting Championships, and Pan American Championships. National championships in countries like the United States, United Kingdom, Russia, and Ukraine are also highly competitive, with many serving as qualifiers for world-level events. The main difference between weightlifting and powerlifting lies in the lifts performed, the type of strength emphasized, and the competition style. Olympic weightlifting, often simply called weightlifting, consists of 2 lifts, the snatch, and the clean and jerk. These lifts require explosive power, speed, flexibility, and technical precision to move the barbell from the ground to an overhead position in 1 or 2 continuous motions. Powerlifting, on the other hand, focuses on 3 lifts, the squat, bench press, and deadlift, which test maximal raw strength rather than speed or explosive movement. While weightlifting is an Olympic sport governed by the International Weightlifting Federation, IWF, and is part of the Summer Games, powerlifting is governed by organizations such as the International Powerlifting Federation, IPF, and is not currently included in the Olympics. Additionally, weightlifting requires a higher level of mobility and coordination, whereas powerlifting places greater emphasis on controlled heavy lifting and absolute strength development. In terms of the most dominant countries historically, nations such as Russia, the United States, Ukraine, and Poland have produced numerous world champions in both men's and women's categories. The Egyptian national powerlifting team has a rich history of remarkable achievements in the sport, showcasing exceptional strength and skill on the international stage. Since its inception, the team has consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence and a passion for powerlifting that has led to numerous victories and accolades. Established decades ago, the national powerlifting team has been a dominant force in the powerlifting world, with a legacy of success that has solidified its reputation as one of the top teams globally. The story of powerlifting in Egypt began to take shape during the late 20th and early 21st centuries, as the sport started to gain a foothold alongside more traditional strength disciplines. While Egypt had long been celebrated for Olympic weightlifting legends, the formal development of powerlifting, focused on the squat, bench press, and deadlift, emerged more gradually. One early milestone toward international recognition came when Ayad Amr Hafez Mohammed, a young Egyptian competitor, won a silver overall medal and a bronze in the deadlift at the World Powerlifting Championship in the 67.5 kilograms class. His achievement signaled the presence of Egyptian talent on the global stage and reflected the growing support for the sport through local clubs and academic institutions. Another prominent Egyptian able-bodied powerlifter, Ahmed Hassanin, became known internationally for his performances in the 120+ kg equipped division. At a major world competition, he recorded the heaviest successful squat in the history of the tournament with an astounding 482.5 kilograms lift. In previous attempts, he had come close to breaking the 500 kilograms barrier, demonstrating Egypt's potential in handling world-class weights in the equipped category. Egyptian female powerlifters have also begun making a mark in recent years. Women competitors have increasingly participated in national and regional championships, challenging stereotypes and proving their strength on the platform. Several Egyptian women have claimed medals in Arab and African competitions, excelling in both raw and equipped categories. They have contributed significantly to Egypt's medal counts in international events, particularly in lighter and middleweight classes, where their technical precision and disciplined training have stood out. Their participation has inspired more young women to join the sport, and domestic federations have created dedicated female divisions to encourage further growth. Domestically, the Egyptian Powerlifting League and other national federations have built a structured competitive environment with clear age and weight divisions, ranging from team categories to masters, for both men and women. This structure has been essential for developing talent pipelines and preparing athletes for continental and global events. Egypt has also established itself as a capable host of major international powerlifting events. One of the most notable was the Powerlifting World Cup, held for the third consecutive year in early 2025 against the breathtaking backdrop of the Pyramids of Giza. The event gathered hundreds of athletes from across the world and saw Egypt dominate the medal table with a record number of gold, silver, and bronze finishes. This competition not only showcased Egypt's athletic strength but also served as a cultural celebration, blending ancient heritage with modern sport. Earlier editions of the World Cup have been successfully organized in Hurghada in 2023 and Sharm el-Sheikh in 2024, each receiving high praise for their smooth execution, excellent facilities, and enthusiastic crowds. These events helped position Egypt as a hub for regional and global powerlifting, attracting athletes from Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. The Egyptian Powerlifting Federation operates under policies that focus on athlete development, anti-doping compliance, and international alignment with governing body standards. Training centers in major cities such as Cairo, Alexandria, and Giza are equipped with specialized racks, calibrated plates, and competition benches, ensuring that lifters prepare under conditions identical to those they will face internationally. Talent identification programs are in place to scout promising athletes from local gyms and universities, often introducing them to formal competition at the junior level. In national championships, weight classes for men typically range from 59 kg up to 120 plus kg, while women's classes run from 47 kg to 84 plus kg. Detailed results from recent national meets show Egyptian lifters excelling particularly in the 74 kg, 83 kg, and 93 kg men's divisions, as well as the 57 kg and 63 kg women's divisions, where both raw strength and technical precision have led to national records being broken year after year. In summary, the history of able-bodied powerlifting in Egypt is still growing, but it is already rich with milestones. From early international medals by rising talents, through record-breaking lifts in heavyweight divisions, to the increasing prominence of female competitors and the successful hosting of prestigious global events, Egypt has steadily built a reputation in the sport. With a combination of athletic skill, organizational capability, and a growing grassroots movement, the future of Egyptian able-bodied powerlifting looks bright both domestically and internationally. Mohammed Said is a renowned figure in powerlifting, excelling as both a world champion athlete and esteemed coach of the Egyptian national team. His journey is a testament to dedication, perseverance, and exceptional skill. Said has secured prestigious titles and accolades, showcasing his remarkable strength and technique in the competitive sport. As a coach, he has played a pivotal role in shaping the next generation of powerlifting champions, instilling values of discipline and sportsmanship in his athletes. Said's impact transcends the realm of powerlifting, inspiring athletes worldwide with his commitment to excellence and unwavering dedication. Mohammed Said is widely recognized in Egyptian powerlifting circles as a transformative coach and competitor whose work has helped push the sport from scattered club activity to a structured national pipeline. His reputation was forged in two parallel arenas: first, as a decorated lifter in the equipped divisions on international platforms; second, as a coach and program builder, particularly at the Egyptian Shooting Club, who opened doors for new athletes, amplified women's participation, and connected local clubs to international federations and events. From his earliest coaching years in Cairo, Said approached powerlifting with the rigor of a system engineer. He didn't simply run sessions, he laid down roadmaps. Training calendars were built around periodized cycles, sleep and nutrition checklists, mobility blocks, and precise technique work for squat, bench, and deadlift. He paired heavy singles and top doubles with high-quality back-off volume and insisted on standardized equipment whenever possible, including calibrated plates and competition-spec racks, to habituate lifters to the meet environment. That methodical scaffolding gave athletes structure in a country where powerlifting was still stitching together federations, clubs, and meet organizers. A major inflection point in Said's career came when he moved into a leadership role at the Egyptian Shooting Club, one of the most active institutional hubs for the sport. There, he recruited and mentored lifters across age classes, built women's teams, and advocated for more equitable access to meets and federation approvals. Accounts from athletes who trained under him describe how his federation's links helped break administrative barriers, especially for women who were seeking their first appearances at national events. This administrative advocacy mattered as much as any programming tweak. It meant more athletes could step on sanctioned platforms and get on the path toward continental and world starts. Said's fingerprints are all over the rise of Egypt's first wave of internationally visible, able-bodied female powerlifters. His name surfaces in early stories about women fighting for space in the sport, with athletes crediting him for pushing their cases to the federation and for delivering practical, competition-ready coaching. The downstream effect of that push was a measurable uptick in female entries at nationals and a cultural shift in how clubs marketed the sport to women. Where early women's entries were sparse and experimental, they now carry competitive depth and a clear progression from junior to open to masters, exactly the kind of ladder a national program needs to be sustainable. The competitive credibility behind his coaching is reinforced by Saeed's own meet resume. He contested equipped categories in WPC and IPL-sanctioned events over multiple seasons, including podium performances at the Olympia Pro Powerlifting meet in Las Vegas and gold at King of Cairo, with enormous single-ply numbers in the super heavy classes. Those results do more than decorate a profile, they explain why his technical cues carry weight with athletes who aspire to move world-class loads. He has lifted on the same kinds of platforms his lifters dream about, and that shared experience tends to breed trust in high-stakes attempt selection and day-of-meet adjustments. As a coach, Saeed's hallmark is specificity. In the squat, he emphasizes bar path discipline, bracing sequences, and a consistent depth marker supported by side-angle video review. In the bench press, he drills scapular retraction, leg drive timing, and press command readiness with strict pause standards. And in the deadlift, he calibrates stance, grip, and start position to the lifter's leverages, using isometric holds and cluster sets to strengthen weak ranges. He's also known for meet rehearsals, 30 to 10 days out, sessions that simulate weigh-ins, warm-up room flow, clock awareness, and the 3RF light system, so that novice lifters don't meet the judging rubric for the first time on the day that totals actually count. Saeed's timeline as a builder of programs is easiest to read through the athletes and teams he has moved forward. Amani Rabia, the Egyptian powerlifter, has achieved remarkable success in the world of sports through her dedication and perseverance. Her journey from a young enthusiast to a world champion is truly inspiring. Amani's passion for powerlifting, coupled with years of hard work and training, has led her to multiple national titles and ultimately the prestigious title of world champion. Her story serves as a beacon of determination and resilience for aspiring athletes worldwide. Amani Rabia's rise is one of the most remarkable late-career ascents in Egyptian sport, a woman who discovered powerlifting in her mid-50s and transformed herself, through discipline, smart coaching, and an ironclad mindset, into a world-level champion and a standard-bearer for the Egyptian national team. In a scene that long struggled for visibility and resources, she has become both a medal machine and a movement, proving that strength can bloom at any age and that women's powerlifting in Egypt can command global attention. Media profiles in Egypt and the wider region have chronicled her story as a serial champion who amassed a haul of domestic, Arab, and world titles after taking up the sport relatively late in life, turning heads with totals and lifts that shattered expectations for a beginner, let alone one starting at an age most athletes retire. Rabia's journey started at 54, when a chance encounter with strength training turned into a daily habit, and then a vocation. Interviews emphasize how quickly she embraced the learning curve, technique before ego, movement quality before numbers, and consistency before heroics. In a few seasons, the recreational novice turned into a podium fixture, sweeping through local and national events and then moving across Arab regional and world platforms. Her early story has been framed as a quiet revolution, a grandmother entering a weight room, practicing the squat, bench press, and deadlift with patient repetition, and discovering that focus training could undo the usual limits imposed by age. As her totals climbed, so did her passport stamps. Rabia racked up national titles and Arab regional golds, then parlayed those results into world-level starts. Coverage describes her as a serial medalist across a dense calendar and, notably, as a champion who did not treat age divisions as a ceiling but as an entry point to compete, and win, at bigger stages. In 2024, reports highlighted her as a two-time gold medalist at the World Cup held in Sharm el-Sheikh, a fitting headline moment on home soil that symbolized both personal and national momentum. Open powerlifting logs add the granular detail behind the headlines. World sanction starts in the WPC universe, including the 2022 World Championships in Florida and a 2023 World Cup meet in Egypt, with recorded attempts across wraps and single-ply categories. For the historically minded, those meet sheets are the archival spine of her competitive resume, dates, classes, bodyweights, and the actual lifts that translated into medals. profiles over the last 2 seasons have repeated 2 striking themes. First, the sheer volume of her podium success, tallies approaching 90 medals across local, Arab, and global meets, a jaw-dropping output for any athlete, let alone one who began in her 50s. Second, the demonstration lifts that capture imagination. Commentary frequently cites a top pull in the 200+ kilogram neighborhood, a benchmark that instantly communicates her capacity to non-specialists. These media claims underscore why her story resonates far beyond strength sport diehards. The optics of a 60-something Egyptian woman hauling bar-bending weight with calm precision are impossible to ignore. What makes Rabia singular isn't only the medals, it's the effect she's had on participation and perception. Coverage in Egyptian and Pan-Arab outlets routinely frames her as proof that age is just a number, and that women belong at the center of strength sport. That framing matters. It invites new lifters into clubs, justifies expanded women's flights at national meets, and nudges federations and sponsors to take the women's side of the sport seriously. Ahmed Hassanein is a prominent figure in the world of powerlifting, representing the Egyptian national team with distinction. His journey in the sport began with a passion for strength and determination to excel on the international stage. Hassanein's dedication and hard work have propelled him to become a respected athlete in the powerlifting community. Throughout his career, Hassanein has participated in numerous international championships, showcasing his exceptional talent and skill. Ahmed Hassanein stands as a titan among powerlifters in Egypt, a symbol of relentless determination and tremendous strength. His ascent in the realm of powerlifting emerges from an early fascination with lifting heavy objects and sculpting raw strength through fundamental movements in modest training environments. His journey began in modest gyms where plates and bars held promise in their simple mass rather than an array of specialized gear. Throughout his teenage years, Ahmed devoted countless hours to building his technique, strength and mental fortitude. He trained in his local clubs under coaches who recognized his potential and encouraged disciplined progression without shortcuts. His program consisted of barbell squats, bench presses and deadlifts performed with purpose and form as he honed his craft on calibrated racks, incrementally adding weight as he refined his foundation. As his capacity grew, Ahmed earned his place on the Egyptian national powerlifting team. This moment marked a pivotal transformation from passionate lifter to serious competitor. As a national athlete, he embraced structured training protocols refined by elite coaches focusing on periodized cycles, sustained load management and peak performance timing. He began preparing for major regional and global competitions with unwavering intensity. In the heavyweight equipped division, Ahmed achieved historic lifts that captured global attention. His squat performance shattered expectations, reaching an astounding 482.5 kilograms at a prestigious multi-sport tournament. The magnitude of this lift electrified the powerlifting community, showcasing Egypt's emerging dominance in heavyweight equipped categories. His attempt at 505.5 kilograms earlier in his career signaled that he was consistently pushing the boundaries of strength, even if the lift narrowly missed success. Ahmed's success extended beyond single lifts. He amassed podium finishes in elite international competitions, reinforcing Egypt's presence in the sport. His precision technique and powerful execution in squat, bench and deadlift sparked admiration from peers, judges and spectators alike. His record-setting squats served as a cornerstone moment, elevating his national profile while deepening Egypt's legacy on the global stage. Despite the intensity of his training and competition, Ahmed prioritized injury prevention and recovery. He incorporated mobility routines, physical therapy sessions, and tailored nutrition aligned with his volume and strength cycles. His commitment to sustainable progression reflected wisdom beyond his years, demonstrating the importance of balancing load growth with resilience. Ahmed also embraced mentorship roles within the national program. He shared his experience with rising lifters, guiding them through technical challenges, competition preparation and psychological readiness. He emphasized the virtues of progressive overload, consistent form and mental perseverance. He engaged junior athletes in demonstration sessions, sharing training philosophies built upon patience, responsibility and dedication. Off the platform, Ahmed pursued personal growth through academic means and public speaking. He occasionally delivered guest lectures at sports institutes and university clubs discussing goal-setting, training architecture, and the evolution of strength sports in Egypt. He articulated his experiences in balancing sport, academic pursuit, and personal discipline as a blueprint for aspiring athletes to cultivate sporting excellence. Throughout his trajectory, Ahmed faced formidable plateaus and narrow misses in competition lifts, but he approached each setback as a lesson rather than defeat. He collaborated with coaches to refine his bar path, foot stance and reflex responses. He leveraged visual analysis and micro adjustments in leveraging grip, stance depth and rhythm, ensuring that each lift was executed with maximal efficiency. Currently, Ahmed sits among Egypt's most celebrated able-bodied powerlifters. His record-breaking performance remains a rallying point for both teammates and fans. His presence on the national roster continues to command respect as he prepares for new heights in upcoming championships. He dreams of translating his impact beyond medals by raising Egypt's image in the sport, inspiring lifters to train smarter, lift harder. And thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of our program, Games and Names. We appreciate your continued support and viewership. As we bring this episode to a close, we want to express our gratitude for allowing us into your homes and hearts. We hope that you have enjoyed the games, the laughter, and the camaraderie shared during this episode. Our goal is to provide you with quality entertainment that brings joy and positivity into your lives.